that was intense.
That was nuts.
Our 4-hour ferry and then another 4-hour van ride, which should have taken 7, but anyway.
I'll tell you about it.
Another story. One night in Puerto
Princesa,
and now we are on a plane to Cebu. So we booked that last night, last minute decision. So here we are.
From the Cebu town, we're going to Bohol. Spending 4 nights there, so we'll be able to hopefully just relax a little bit, maybe just do a little bit more activities. So really looking forward to be able to spend more than 1 or 2 nights in the place, so we can actually settle down for a little bit.
Yeah, should be good. And then we'll let you know when we know where we're going next. So we have landed in Cebu. And we caved and we got a private driver to take us to Bohol. It was like $112, but by the time we got a taxi, got a bus and then got a tuk-tuk, it probably would have cost almost about the same anyway. So it's going to take about 3 hours and the driver's taking us to a place to have lunch. It's a local place. We've been stayed at because we are probably unusual to see white people here. But here's our spread. Not sure what we got, but pretty excited.
Alright, so we obviously made it to Bohol nice and safe. You probably could have heard the huskiness in that voice of yours. You've been a bit sick, eh, last few days?
Yeah, I've been bedbound for the last 3 nights. So our time in Bohol hasn't been what we expected. We haven't really left our accommodation.
Which isn't a bad thing. We've both started to get on top of some sleep though, which has been nice.
Yeah.
But we haven't done any activities here, guys. We haven't experienced what Bohol is all about.
But it's alright, it just means that we get to come back here. We actually leave here tonight, well, early tomorrow morning, 3 a.m. early.
Yeah.
So all that sleep we caught up on, gone. But we are heading to Bohol. So we're on the mend and hopefully we have a lot to show because I'm so excited to go to this island.
Hello guys, welcome to my vlog. There we go. So the place we're heading now, actually, we're just gonna get some food. It's called the 3 Bears. We went there yesterday to get some dinner. It's basically just all burgers and it's all Western food. It wasn't too bad.
There's salads.
There's a couple salads there. At the end of the meal, they came up to us and they were like, oh, can you leave us a review? If you leave us a review, we'll give you free drinks. So we left them a review and we basically said, instead of the free drinks, can you all of you subscribe to our channel? There was about 5 of them there and they were like, really? No shit. They grabbed my phone and just like went to all the workers, the kitchen staff as well, and were like, subscribe. So it was really cool. So we're gonna head back there, get some food, probably an early dinner, and that's about it. So when you're here in the Philippines, they have a citrus fruit here that is native to the Philippines. It's called calamansi. It is part of the lime family. Cass likes to say it looks like a lime, tastes like a lemon. I feel like it's sweet though, and you can either get them hot or cold. It's very refreshing, but it also, the locals have the calamansi hot tea when they're not feeling well, so when they're sick they have it.
Today we are catching a ferry to Bohol, so just spend the last 4 nights in Bohol. It's just in Cebu, and we've been so sick that we haven't even left the bed or our accommodation. So on the mend, we're excited. This is going to be our last leg of the Philippines before we have to leave. Can't wait to actually explore more of this incredible country. So what we've discovered going from island to island is that, especially through ferries, is you pay for your ferry ticket and then once you arrive you then have to pay a terminal fee. Then in some places, depending where you go, you then have to pay for your luggage handling. So they take your luggage away from you, but there's a handling fee. A lot of places you just take your bag on, but some you have to pay. And this morning we also rocked up earlier and asked if we could change our time because we were like 4 hours early, and it also costs extra to change the time to an earlier ferry. So they really know how to slip in all the fees. Oh, and every island you go to, there's an island fee you have to pay as well. It's like 1 to 200 peso each, like your tax fee for the island. But I'm not sure, we're still quite trying to understand that. We get it, but we also paying money to all the restaurants and all of the activities, and then there's service fees on top of all of those. Some of them are up to 10%, so we're confused where like all of this money goes. It's extra money that we don't get told about until you rock up. So if you know, we would love to know, because we want to understand, is this money actually helping, or is it just been government's just taking it? Like, yeah. We have boarded a ferry, or should I say airplane, not sure. Very similar. 2 hours, and we're going to Tagabaran. I tried to remember, I really tried to remember it. So sorry. We're going to Bohol. Going to the city down the bottom.
Okay, so we've checked into our accommodation. Actually checked in a little bit before, but we had a nap. When we got there, they gave us the option. They're like, oh, do you want to see the private rooms? We're like, okay. So then we have a look, and they're so nice. Double beds, nice and cool. It's got a door and an aircon. Private bathroom. I wanted to do it, and originally I was like, yep, do it. And then they told me the price, and I was like, nah, not doing it. The dorm that we are in, it doesn't have doors, it just have blinds, and the blinds are like to the outside, so it's just infested with mosquitoes. They give you a mosquito net to go over your single bed.
It's a tent.
But it's a tent, and I have had a really hard time with mine. It doesn't fit my bed. CJ's fits hers a little bit better than mine. We ended up just like passing out for like an hour, and now we're up. Gonna go explore. Okay, so according to all the Google reviews, this may be an unpopular opinion, but Alona Beach, I don't rate it. I'm so sorry for everyone who loves it, but I don't rate it. It's very small, it's very dirty, it's rubbish everywhere along the beach. I think the only good thing that it's got going for it is the amount of shops basically up and down the Esplanade, I guess you could call it, but that's about it. Sorry for breaking your hearts, but I'd probably give it a 1 out of 5.
Oh, I wouldn't go that bad.
No, I've been on worse, but it's probably no more than a 3. So this might be a little controversial, but we are at a place called Jumbo Crab. You get to choose your own crab to eat.
Which one do you choose?
Should we choose one each or just one?
Just one, ma'am, since
Just
only
one,
one
just
crab.
one. Okay.
If you want, you can order 2 medium.
I think that guy.
That guy?
That one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, little fella.
This one, sir, is medium, 790 grams. The total price is 2,370 pesos.
Okay. Okay. Way more expensive than I thought.
Yeah.
But hopefully it's good. Alright, so we just finished up with Jumbo Crab. Look, it wasn't the most ethical place to eat, so if you are a vegan or vegetarian, probably not going to like this part of the vlog, but you basically you go in there, you pick the flavor of crab that you want to eat, and then you can actually go downstairs and actually pick the crab that you want to eat. We didn't know any of this, alright guys, before we went in, so we didn't research it. We just went, oh, that place looks good, and we just went in. But in total, it was the most expensive meal we have had. 3,243 peso. Not bad for a spontaneous dinner. Good morning. So today we're having a bit of a late start. We moved rooms yesterday because the dorm that we were in was like a hot box. In this part of the Philippines, there seems to be way more mosquitoes than any other part I've been to, and they gave you a mosquito net, but all the mosquito nets are broken, and they just like go over your bed, like over your single bed,
And you don't fit in it.
I don't fit in them, so it was just so hot. So we moved rooms into like a bed, like a double bed, so we're sharing a bed, and it has a mosquito net, but the mosquito net doesn't fit. It's too small for the bed. Yeah, it was a rough night, to say the least. And we have one more night of this, but we are gonna get some food and some breakfast, and then we're gonna get a scooter, we're gonna do some exploring, and then tomorrow we move on to another location.
Alright, so we did go get some breakfast, but then we've just gone for a little drive just across the other side of the island. It's like a 16-minute drive, and we're at a place called Napaling Reef. So there's a reef here, and I think it's a pretty cool diving spot. There's like a restaurant, and I think that's where you can like hire scuba diving, snorkel gear and stuff.
Well, that was really cool. So all around this area is just sardines everywhere, which, you know, it didn't sound too exciting for me, but when you see them in packs of 1,000 just swimming around you, it was really, really cool. But all around here is just the massive coral reef. Little achievement for me, might not seem like much for you guys out there, but I haven't done spent a lot of time in water. There was a part where you could dive down, and it wasn't too far. It was about 3 meters deep, and I dived down and I touched the bottom. So I achieved something today. All right, so we're at the front of a place called Jerry's. I think it's like, I don't know, it's a range of things, but we have to wait because it's so busy. That's a good sign, hopefully. But we'll see what we are going to order when we get in. Ignore her. So we basically got 2 different types of chicken dishes and some squid and some veggies and some rice. It all looks phenomenal. This is like baby squid. That's like 9 out of 10.
Really barbecue chicken.
This one's like a mushroom garlic chicken. So like a mushroom gravy. It tastes like crispy chicken, like a homemade mushroom sauce. Simple but very tasty.
My favorite stuff, whatever it is, it's delicious.
Good morning. We didn't really have fantastic sleep last night again, but making the most of it.
I dreamt I murdered you, baby.
It didn't happen, okay? And we are just gonna get some breakfast. Once we get some breakfast, we're gonna come back and we're gonna do a sneaky bag drop to our next location because we have a scooter. So we're going to load up our bags on the scooter, probably do 2 trips and head down, so that way we don't have to actually pay for a driver or a tuk-tuk to come take us there. So smart, right?
So we decided to take our baggage with our scooter, so it saves us a trip, like a tuk-tuk trip. But it's a heavy load, and we don't have a very good scooter. We went for the cheap option of scooter, so the CCs are very low. Oh, my eyeballs. So it's great. Safety first with my bike.
Hey, pull off, going backwards. You got a big bag to protect your back.
Yeah, you concentrate. Anyway, we got to make 2 trips, but it's only 5 kilometers. So we good. Pretty much driving on the beach. Pretty brutal going down here. Mind you, my core is working hard to stay on. We have just arrived at our accommodation. We're settling in. It's called Dubai Resort, Beach Resort. We're right on the beach. Like, the beach is right there. But it's a little bit of a issue with our room. So, first room we moved into, there was no toilet seat. Nothing like a bit of character building, a bit of trauma from army days. But I wasn't dealing with that for 3 days, you know, maybe a night. I'm not doing it for 3 days. So we asked to change rooms. The first time they didn't understand. They're like, oh no, all the rooms are the same. There's no toilet seat on any of the toilets. And we're like, I don't think she understood us. So then we went and asked someone else, and we had to show a picture. So we showed a picture and said, do any of your rooms have a toilet seat? She's like, oh, what do you mean? Let me show you. And she had to come show us so we could explain like, exactly what we meant. One room did, and it was this one. So it's a lovely upgrade, massive upgrade. Look at this. Oh, it's a toilet seat. But the water hasn't been put on yet, so I'm not sure if there's no water here or we're gonna be waterless. But anyway, yeah, this is our room. It's okay, it's still pretty expensive for what it is, but it is right on the beach. But this is probably the, yeah, like the cheapest place here in this location. Anyway, I hope the next 3 days are gonna be nice. Very luck. We have just chilled out for the past 2 hours, not doing much. Land on the beach. Now we are off to go get some dinner. We didn't have lunch today, So we're pretty hungry. It's gonna be an early dinner. And we found this vegan place. Oh my goodness. So we'll see you there. Okay, we've just arrived at the restaurant, literally down the road. Didn't realize what it looked like. Check this out. I think there's accommodation here too. Super nice. Yeah. We got our food. We've ordered mushroom ravioli.
It's like it looks like mushroom dumplings, I would call it.
And then we have got pasta carbonara. And then I have ordered tofu adobo. Mine does look a little bit like cat food, but the rest looks incredible. It's all vegan, by the way. So we're just leaving dinner. Dinner was good. It was small portions, but probably the correct portions. We haven't eaten, so just feel a little bit hungry. A few areas we have to do is get money out because we've run out again.
Why do we keep running out of money,
So
darling?
expensive here, and we get feed every time we get money out. It's absolutely ridiculous. We've literally lost hundreds of dollars with fees. I don't know how to overcome that. But we're also going to get some bug spray, maybe a snack. It's kind of mosquitoes we're dealing with here. Eat you alive. This water's heavy. We found 10 litres of water. We're still missing repellent. One more shop to try.
Did the shop have the repellent?
Negative. It has cream repellent. There's this new trend here, and it's a cream
I
repellent.
don't think it's new.
It says new on the packet.
New formula.
It's silly. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Why do you want to put cream repellent on you? Maybe for children, but like it means you can't go around and spray bugs on the wall. It's really not good for our health.
But also, like, if you're sweaty, you don't want to rub an ointment.
Yeah,
it's weird. It's a bit weird.
Imagine rubbing. It's just like sunscreen into a wet skin.
Yeah, it's weird. But we have acquired, more importantly, some snacks.
Because we're gonna just snack out and watch a movie.
Yeah, I'm just gonna chill out. Good night, guys. We'll see you in the morning.
Bye. We are on our way to get some breakfast. But then after that, we are actually going to go pick up a car because we're going to go road tripping tomorrow. Because the things that we want to see are a few hours away, and we decided not to take a bike because we would be hunchbacked at the end of it and in a lot of pain. So we opted out of that option. And then I think we're just going to chill out for the day. So yeah, probably just sunbake, get tan on. Success! We have picked up our car. It was quite complicated because we got told we had to pick it up from the airport. So we got to the airport and then someone was like, wait, I'll be there in 5 minutes. It was like 15 minutes later. They rock up in our car and they're like, follow us to the office, which was back where we started.
Yeah.
So they could have just told us that the office was in town, saves us driving. And then they just spoke to Scott, even though they're like, I'm gonna drive too. And they're like, sir, I need to read you this. And I'm like,
She needs to know as well.
I'm here too. I'm actually more qualified in the car than him, but anyway.
Oh, you've always got to do it, don't you? Fellas,
Doesn't
if
mean
you've
I'm
got
better.
a partner
Doesn't
out
mean I'm
there
better.
that always likes to one up you, or I told you is a I told you so woman, please hit me up and let me know how to deal with it because I have not figured it out.
Just fucking listen, and there will be no problems ever.
You want to walk?
Oh, sorry, I'll get my fitness in for the day. Anyway, we have it. So the rest of the day today is doing washing because yes, I'm wearing the same clothes as yesterday. We both are because we have nothing to wear and there's no laundry service where we are, so we're gonna have to go to a laundromat, and our accommodation is not walking distance to anything. Washing dropped. Success. We'll be ready in, what's 5 hours? Solid. Love this service, and it wasn't that expensive.
320 real, which is about $8 Australian, and we had nearly 7.5 kilos worth of washing.
And then we've just come back and laid on the beach for a few hours, did some sunbaking, and now we are just going to go get some early dinner because we just have breakfast and skip lunch these days and have dinner.
It's been working out well actually. So we've come out for dinner tonight rather, to a place called Lekker Garden. Really cool vibe. by looking at the menu, there's a lot of South African options here, but it looks absolutely awesome. Smells amazing. I got chicken tandoori, cheese, like poppers, like jalapeno poppers, look like this. Like a jalapeno with like cheddar cheese or something inside. Really good.
Yay, clean clothes!
Good morning. It is 10 to 5 in the morning and we're about to leave. We are heading to Cabagna Pool Cave. Basically a hole in the ground and there's water in it and you can jump from the top. And they've put a ladder in there so you can climb up. But it's 2.5 hours away, but we want to get there first. So we need to be up early. So we are just cruising in the car. It's a different experience being in the car. It's a lot more comfier, cooler. We are about 10 minutes away. So we're like 45 minutes earlier than what we thought we'd be. But Scott is driving pretty crazy, so...
No, that is not true at all. Responsible driving. It's been a nice drive though. Like there's parts along the coastline that you can drive through, and then there's like a cliff, and then there's palm trees hanging over the cliff, and we were seeing that in sunrise, so it was quite nice.
It was nice. I was just holding on for dear life.
See how dramatic she is, guys? Unbelievable.
We have arrived and we are the first here. Yeah. It was definitely worth getting up early. Well, we haven't seen it yet, but it was totally worth it. Check this out.
We literally just got here. Like we got out of the car and walked down, and then bam, 2 motorbikes rock up, 4 people. Like just lucky we got here when we did, man. Seriously.
Okay, so we have just spent the last, I don't know, 2 hours now jumping in, taking photos, just having fun, and we actually met an underwater photographer, Ben and Jade, and they took some photos of me underwater, so I cannot wait to see the outcome of those, but I just saw like the picture he took. Incredible already, I can't wait to see the edit. But the sun shining now looks phenomenal. Like, check this out. Insane. How does that exist? We have arrived at Chocolate Hills. There is a viewpoint, but we're not actually allowed to drive up there. Apparently there was a ticket place down the bottom of the hill, but we did not see a sign, so we have to go back down and then you have to take a shuttle up. Even though there was heaps of parking spaces, so...
Yeah, the guy was like, there's a big sign at the bottom. I was like, no, there's not. I didn't see anything.
So, there's obviously entrance fees everywhere you go. And now we are at Chocolate Hills. It's 100 peso each. And you can't drive up there. You have to park your car kilometers away, and then there's a shuttle service.
So Chocolate Hills gets its name from the rainy season. When it rains, the mounds of dirt turn brown, giving the effect of chocolate. There is also a local legend
Pretty cool.
that says the mounds were actually made from a fight between 2 giants throwing balls of dirt at each other.
But isn't it something to do with volcanic underground? That's why they have formed into these mounds.
I have no idea. But all I know is we paid 200 peso to look at some hills. So the plan of us flying our drone here right now is pretty much out the window because there's signs everywhere saying you can't fly a drone between sunrise and after 8 AM.
But it says up here on the hill.
So we'll just go down and see if we can fly it. Chocolate Hills. No chocolate though, so I feel a bit of it lied to. False advertising, I think. We just walked down like the road a little bit. Definitely doesn't look like we can fly a drone. We double checked the internet as well, and it says sunrise to 8 AM, which is, I don't know, seems like a weird time to me. But you pay 100 peso each to enter. Maybe it's better in the morning, but it's just some hills, guys.
Lucky we did not fly the drone. We just seen that there's police here. I don't know what would have happened if we did fly and got caught.
So there's also a shop here with t-shirts and magnets and stuff. They do their best, I think, to cater for tourism. I'm not sure what else is up here. I think there's like a little restaurant here or get some food. It's a cool place. It's something different. Our advice would be, if you are going to come here,
come before 8 o'clock. Absolutely, absolutely.
Come before 8 o'clock.
And if you have a drone, come, because I think it'd be worth it if you had a drone.
Yeah.
Like a running shot up the road or something. It's good, but it's not fabulous.
Sorry, Chocolate Hill lovers.
Before 8 AM would be the best.
You lost me at no chocolate. Yeah. And now we wait for our ride back down.
We're on the road again to a place called Cjae Sanctuary. Little endangered monkeys where their eyeballs are popping out their head. I'm super excited to see these little creatures. I wish I could just squeeze it and cuddle it, but that's a big no. We just look at them from a distance.
So they're actually pronounced Tarsiers, not Tarsiers. And I reckon we can see one. See?
Oh my gosh.
Not sure if you can see that on the GoPro, but it's tiny, tiny, tiny little Tarsier up there, clinging to life on the bamboo. So I just asked our guide, how can you tell the difference between a male and female? The females generally have a slender body. They're a lot skinnier, and they're also lighter in color. That is more than 10 years old, that little lady. And the baby Tarsiers are as big as your thumb. Crazy. That's a little guy. They have ears like bats. Alright, so we just got done at the Tarsiers Sanctuary. Quick visit. So in the sanctuary there's 7 in total that they have found. They only found 3 today. So we got to see all 3 of those. Hopefully you saw some. If you are following us on Instagram, I think Cass was able to zoom in on her phone. She'll definitely be putting some up. So have a look at that. But in the surrounding area of the sanctuary, that is also their habitat and their territory, and there's 200 of them there.
More than 200.
More than 200. So, yeah. But it was really, really cool. The ones that you did see, it kind of makes you want to like explore and try to find your own. But yeah, that's what they look like. It's just so weird, guys.
It also cost us 150 peso each, and then you have a guide that takes you around because you would not find these on your own. But we were in there for
10 minutes.
10-15 minutes max. I mean, like, if you just stayed and asked more questions, we asked lots of questions, but if you stayed and asked more questions and just hung around, maybe in there for 20-25 minutes, I don't know. But if you had nothing to ask, you'd be in and out like 5 minutes if they knew exactly where they were. So it's a lot of money for like 5 minutes, but I guess the money does go to the sanctuary and trying to keep them safe.
Unpopular thought, more worth it than chocolate hills. Alright, we've made it back. It's all about packing up our bags. We received our washing yesterday, and we haven't unpacked at all. Someone may be a little excited for where we're going tomorrow, I'm not quite sure. But we need to pack up because we are off to Japan. This place is like the most bucket list country for me. I don't know about you, but Japan is like top of the list at the moment. So I'm really, really excited to go there. We fly into Tokyo. But we've forgotten our wet clothes in the car, so we have to go walk in the dark along the street, along the beach a kilometer, and then go to the car to get our wet clothes, and then probably gonna go get some dinner and then come back and then go sleep. It has been fantastic taking you all around the Philippines. This ends our series of the Philippines, and we will see you in Japan.